I can't believe what I just witnessed Baker Mayfield pull off. As he just said on CBS, he was asleep in the first quarter, and that's the way he played. He twice missed his offensive rookie of the year, Ibuka, with pretty easy throws that were really poorly, shockingly, uncharacteristically thrown by Baker Mayfield. Way off target. Baker, snap out of it. That's what I tweeted. Lock in, man. Niners are dangerous. The Niners, with Kyle Shanahan, who just coaches his ass off. They lost Fred Warner. God bless him in his recovery. They've lost Nick Bosa. It seems like they've lost, obviously they're down Brock Purdy. And that's when they're most dangerous with Kyle Shanahan and, for that matter, Mac Jones. This game began to smell like, feel like, taste like exactly what the Niners did to the Rams at SoFi on that Thursday night when they went in as hopeless under. I thought the Rams would just smoke them. And they stole one because they outplayed, outcoached, outfought, outwitted, outwilled the Rams at home on a big stage. This was a pretty big late day stage. And I'm thinking Baker and company are in trouble. He's had an amazing year. He's won 4 games in the last minute. And I sat in awe watching him win this one when I least expected it, in a way I least expected, and somehow increase his lead for MVP. He came in as the front runner. Now he's running away with MVP after what I just saw. My God, he's down Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, and now Ibuka. Ibuka was lost to a hamstring pull in the third quarter, and I'm thinking, that's it. Big advantage Niners. Exactly the kind of game they'll ugly up and steal. And this is 4:21 left in the third quarter. 3rd and 14, the Niners defense, which is, even without Nick Bosa and Fred Warner, it's still better than Tampa's. It came in 6th in points allowed. Tampa came in 23rd in points allowed. So the Niners back up Baker to 3rd and 14 at his 41. 4:21 left. 4:21 left in the third quarter. And I'm thinking, uh-oh. Bucs in big trouble. And Baker takes his shotgun snap, retreats step, and he is just overwhelmed with 49er humanity. They're all over him. He's buried in about 1,000 pounds of Niners. They're all over him. At least, 3 pair of hands are all over him. Jim Nantz calling the game. All but rules Baker sacked. And somehow Baker Mayfield, he did this again. He is sneaky athletic. He's not the quickest, not the fastest. He's just sneaky athletic. Somehow he ducked and willed himself free of that avalanche of 49er warrior all over him. He willed himself free. He squirts out the backside, the left side of the pocket, and takes off running. It's 3rd and 14. Is he going to slide? No, he's not going to slide. And he takes off and launches himself between 2 more 49er tacklers, dangerous. And then plants his right leg and takes one more leap with ball extended across the first down line. I'm like, what? He did that? He did that. Baker Mayfield did that. It's just his year, man. it was the play of the day. It was the best escape scramble of the year by far. And one play later, Baker caps it off with the throw of the day that needed the catch of the day. But he's not throwing to Mike Evans or Chris Godwin or Ibuka. He's throwing to a 7th-round rookie by the name of Tez Johnson, who fingertip catches the back end of the ball at the goal line on a route that he broke off. He was supposed to cut across the field. He saw what was happening, and he just went deep, and Baker was in mental lockstep with him. Baker did have time this time and just launched it. Baker's got a whip. I said this from the start. Whip of an arm. And it's you can argue it was maybe 3 inches too far. It's almost perfect. But Tez had to fingertip the back of the ball on the fly, dead run. It's a hard catch, man. It's a hard play to make under fire. And he hauled it in. And then Tez put the exclamation point on it with 2 exclamation points because he does a little bit of a running double backflip and sticks the landing. It just brought the house down in Tampa, brought my house down here in Los Angeles. Baker Mayfield, without his top 3 receivers, actually increased his MVP lead by winning that game with those 2 plays. Late third quarter. It was only 20-19, and all of a sudden it's 27-19, and that was ball game. It rocked the house. It was shake and bake because it shook the foundation of that stadium. It shook the foundation of my house out here in Los Angeles. Trust me. Those 2 plays, the 2 plays of the day within 3 Tampa Bay offensive plays. 2 out of 3, the escape and run of the day by Baker, and the bomb to Tez Johnson as the throw of the day. And as you probably know, Tez was the adopted son of the Bo Nix family, as Bo was coming up in Alabama playing for his father as a high school coach. His father played quarterback, obviously, at Auburn, as did Bo for 3 years. And Tez, as Bo's brother, 7th-round draft pick. You know why he was a 7th-rounder? Because he ran 4.5 coming out of Oregon. He was at Troy for 3 years, and then Oregon for 2. He ran 4.5, not blazing. At the Combine, Tez Johnson weighed a grand total of 154 pounds, 154. And he did that with Baker Mayfield. He made that magic today with Baker. Here's Baker today. Here is leading receivers in order in a game they won against a very dangerous San Francisco team. Number 1 on this list today, Cam Johnson, 4 catches for 64. Sterling Shepard out of the University of Oklahoma, also with Baker, caught 2 for 51. Cade Otton is tight end, who's pretty good. He was always pretty good with Tom Brady. 5 for 51. And then Tez caught the 1 for 45. Those were his top 4 receivers. You believe in this? That's MVP right there. Baker goes 17 of 23 for 256 with 2 touchdowns and no interceptions. And he handled his post-game interview on the field with CBS with such cool, calm, collected maturity. He's grown up right before your very eyes. As he said last week, he used to get, I'm paraphrasing the quote, but he used to get ripped for being cocky, immature. And he says, I'm exactly the same guy I always was, except now it's moxie and that dog in him. As he said, same shit, different day. Yep, same shit. Baker was in everybody's face on the Niners defense today. took a late hit, and he was in the face of the hitter, I should say. He was the hittee. He's unbelievable. He has trash-talked this team into the best team in the NFC right now because he has set the tone. He has rerouted the culture that Tom Brady changed on the fly during the pandemic. He brought the Patriot way, did Tom, to Tampa Bay. And then once Tom was gone, everything had to reset. And it reset around, of all people, Baker Mayfield. I have loved Baker from the start. I have told you they're Oklahoma. I'm born and raised an Oklahoma fan. They're Oklahoma quarterbacks, Jason White, Sam Bradford, I had no use for. Baker, I said, should be number one overall. And when he went, I took a lot of crap, a lot of ridicule. He was sensational for a while, actually won Cleveland's first playoff game in, 20-some years, 24 years at Pittsburgh. And then Stefanski, as he is wont to do, ran him out of town. And then Steve Wilkes ran him out of Carolina. And then Sean McVay had him, couldn't figure out where to keep him after he won that Thursday night game, after he swooped in with 2 days to prepare. He threw the walk-off touchdown pass on that Thursday night against the Raiders. And he landed in Tampa only because they gave him a shot to compete against Kyle Trask for the starting job. And the rest is Tampa history. And he has won a playoff game in Tampa. And Baker Mayfield, by the way, does have the best quarterback rating historically in the NFL playoffs. No one who's ever played playoff games, he's played 5, 2 and 3, I give you that. But no one has a better quarterback rating than Baker Mayfield. Nobody is more clutch right here, right now than Baker Mayfield. Nobody is playing at a higher level right here, right now than Baker Mayfield. Nobody is doing more with less than Baker Mayfield. This defense is not very good. It's beat up. It's lost some key people. Cansey was a big loss as a pass rusher. They don't generate a lot of heat. Baker is the show. Baker will get back Mike Evans. I assume he'll get back Chris Godwin, and I hope he gets back, God bless Ibuka, because he's a difference maker and a life changer. But today was very special, Baker Mayfield. I've stuck with him. I have defended him through thick and a whole lot of thin. I've taken a lot of crap, just as much crap as Baker has. And I am seeing a quarterback who has arrived right before your very eyes. He is playing I can't even believe I'm saying this after all the flack and crap. Baker Mayfield is the best quarterback, playing the best quarterback. I'm not saying he is the best quarterback. He's playing the best quarterback in all of professional football. Case in point, 3rd and 14 at the 41. Case in point, 45 yards to Tez Johnson, 7th round rookie. Even the game they lost at home to Philly, Baker Mayfield threw for 224 yards in the second half of that game and nearly brought them back from 24-3 down. Runaway MVP. I know there's a long way to go, but congratulations, Baker Mayfield. Once upon a time, your GM sat next to you when they re-signed you to a longer contract and said on the prick scale of 1 to 10 that Baker's a 10, but you want him on your side. He's the prick you want leading your team. Everybody else thinks he's a prick. A lot of people still don't believe in him. And I believe he's got the Tampa Bay Bucs headed toward 13-4. That would almost certainly give them 2 home playoff games to win to get to the Super Bowl. Wow. What a show Baker put on today when he finally woke up.